Hey everybody, welcome back to Drug Talk. As always, I'm your host, Garrett Campbell. In a couple of my more recent videos, a couple people have asked me when I mentioned it in a video that I was going to see a psychiatrist for the first time in a while. They wanted me to give an update about what happened after that appointment. So in this video, I'm going to share just what happened. So first off, I will say this psychiatrist is somebody that has seen me in the hospital on 2 separate occasions when I was hospitalized with a manic episode. So they kind of had a good history and we kind of knew each other. So the conversation was really good all around. And we kind of were able to, instead of going over my history because you already knew it, we were able to kind of get right to what I came there for, and which is to talk about my medication. Arriving at that appointment, I was using lithium 1050 milligrams, Zeldox 20 milligrams twice daily, Wellbutrin or bupropion 300 milligrams once daily in the morning, as well as Zopiclone to sleep at nighttime, as well as clonazepam on occasion. The first conversation we had was I really wanted to switch the Zeldox, the antipsychotic, to Latuda or Lorazepam, a medication that I used in the past when I was suffering from depression around the same time of year. But this was early on when I kind of only had bipolar for a couple years and I was still figuring everything out. But I did find back then that Latuda really did help with the depression side of bipolar disorder. And it also does prevent you from going manic as well or experiencing mania. After a long conversation, we kind of decided that because I haven't had a manic episode in about 2 years now, using the Zeldox 20 milligrams twice daily, we thought that it was best to kind of stay with the Zeldox and give the Wellbutrin, again, which I'm taking 300 milligrams once daily, give the Wellbutrin a chance to kind of do its thing and wait till it gets in my system for that 2-month time period. Right now, I'm at about 1 month and 18 days of therapy with Wellbutrin. So until the 2-month mark, I won't have a full idea of just how much benefit it will give me, and I may not need to add other medications that will help with depression. Still talking about Wellbutrin, he said that I do have the option at the 2-month mark, if I feel like there's added benefit that I'm missing out on or I just want to give it a try, I do have the option to move now to 450 milligrams once daily, and this would be a dose that I've never tried before. Like I said in some of my other videos, I have used Wellbutrin last year, the same time of year, experiencing depression due to bipolar disorder, but I only went as high as 300 milligrams, and I did kind of still feel, even when I got used to it, when the medication was in my system, I did still feel that there were some symptoms of depression that I was still experiencing, but I didn't have a psychiatrist at the time, and I was too nervous to increase on my own to 450 milligrams because I thought that I may be putting myself at an increased risk of experiencing mania. He assured me that this medication only has about a 3% chance at the 450 milligram dose of pushing bipolar patients into mania. So that kind of eased my concerns, eased my anxiety a little bit. And now I do think that in another 12 days, maybe a little bit sooner, that I will take the shot and go to 450 milligrams daily. Everything else in terms of medication really stayed the same. I have to say the psychiatrist was really good. He gave me his email address so I can email him if there's any concerns in between appointments. We're going to have appointments once every 3 months. So he said I can reach him by email if I have concerns about dosing or side effects or symptoms of depression, and he can kind of respond back. We can have a conversation through email. So that's really good to have in this situation. I do think I kind of have the mania aspect of bipolar figured out. I don't think I'm going to have a manic episode, at least in the next few years, now that I have... actually, I forgot the medication when I was listing them. I do have loxapine as well, a heavy antipsychotic that I can use if I feel symptoms of mania coming on. So like I said, I do have the manic or mania aspect of bipolar figured out, but I'm still kind of struggling with trying to figure out how to best manage the depression. Last year, I didn't start an antidepressant until October 31st. So this year, I started a lot earlier on September 15th, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm at now. I'm really glad that I did start it early because it's nice having the 300 milligrams in my system because I do still feel symptoms of depression, but when I compare how I feel now, how I felt last year, it's just a world of the difference. I feel so much better now. I'm still dealing with anxiety daily. Trying not to use clonazepam too often. I don't know if you've seen my video on my issue with substance abuse in the past, but I used to be a heavy user of cannabis. So that just makes me kind of think I may have an addictive personality when it comes to substances like that. So I get kind of nervous about using clonazepam too often, as people can become addicted to it. Another thing I'm doing aside from the medication aspect in my treatment, with a psychiatrist is I'm trying to book appointments with my psychologist. The thing is with depression that I find, especially this time of year, if I'm not consciously trying to put a positive thought in my mind, saying something positive about myself or about my circumstances, like consciously in my mind, my mind will kind of drift automatically towards negative thoughts. So this time last year when I seen a psychologist, they were really good at giving me strategies to kind of deal with those thoughts when I have them. Different things between meditation and other things, but journaling would be another one. But just giving me some strategies I can use when I'm kind of getting overflown with negative thoughts, how I can deal with them. And the last thing that I'm really doing on a daily basis is I'm trying to make sure I exercise every day, get those endorphins going. It makes me feel good after I exercise. If I don't feel like lifting weights one day, maybe I feel like that's too much, I'll just simply go out walking for an hour with a good pace, try to get my heart rate up. My wife will often come with me, and then it's a good time to walk and also talk about kind of how I'm feeling. Yeah, so those are the three things that are kind of the updates at this point with therapy. So I now have the option to go to 450 milligrams of Wellbutrin, which I will do in about 12 days. Going to start seeing a psychologist to kind of talk about things, get some strategies of how to deal with the thoughts of depression, and also just making sure I'm kind of staying exercise, keep moving. Don't just kind of sit around the house and stew in my depressive thoughts, I guess. So that's all I really want to share with you guys today. Just a quick update. Like I said, some people in some of my comments of other videos were asking for an update of what happened after that appointment. So that's pretty much it. I probably will do another Wellbutrin video with my personal experience after being on 450 milligrams for a little while. But other than that, I'll just keep coming out with the medication videos as usual. And as always, if you want to support the channel, you can like the videos, share the videos, or most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And there's also some links in the description you can check out as well. So for today, take care.